Behold,
The World Ender!
I played Aatrox for 10 hours to prove he's not hard. His mains are known for crying he's not a walking giga-broken Doom of the Rift, and I'm about to put that to the test. Disclaimer, I have some games on Aatrox in the last 6 years, and plenty of them before the rework. However, I have no considerable knowledge of his current state or matchups. Yes, there is a reason why I'm playing this skin. Yes, because it looks like the old Aatrox, and also because I'm a lane bully. I have been bullying the wannabe Undying Man for the whole game. Except for the first death. I thought I was actually unkillable, and I was proven very wrong very soon. But who cares? Cannon secured. I got a few more kills shortly, and from that point onwards I was truly unkillable. Until I was. However, that did not put me any down. I only became stronger, until eventually I could pull that. That was comical, as I was screaming, "How the fuck is no one dying?" And I instantly realized my enemies were thinking the same. Just die already, man. That was fun. This moment was more than enough to seal the final nail. First game down. It's a win. With the same confidence I had at the end of the last game, I ran into the next one, and I ran headfirst only to hit a big fucking wall. Kyle was really hard to reach. She was moving around nicely to avoid and kite me to death. She will also win the extended trades, therefore I needed a smart workaround. I tried to impact the game through pressuring jungle. It was not going bad. Until this happened. I mean, whatever. I used my flash and ult, which puts me on a 5-minute cooldown before I'm able to nail again. Unless Kale makes a crucial mistake. And so it happened. The moment I got my item, the lane did a quick 180-degree turn. She did not expect that slow. Got stuck in my W, ate all my Qs and died for no reason. My win was very short-lived though. I was ganked right after and now it was me who died for no reason. One way or another, I used my experience from the Irelia challenge. Affect them up before you can, or teamfights will be a nightmare due to a lack of champion knowledge. And so I did, only to miss another 450 gold due to a random last hit, which threw me off completely. I was sick, which annoyed me already, camped for like the last 20 games, I was stealing a kill just a bit ago, and now Yumi. By the way, they both went AFK and we lost this game miserably. What could I do? Some things are out of our control. You just got to accept it and move on. For the next few hours, it was basically all the same. Win lane, get camped, start going even, and then the team decides if I win or lose. This all shifted me into a very bad mindset. Autopilot. I did not even realize it until I finished the challenge and rewatched the footage, which did not yield the great results as you would expect. Trintamir simply took over the map and ran us down for 20 minutes straight. Exactly the same for the next one. Two Darkins face to face, and I was camped once again. I was still winning nonetheless, but I had the same mindset as before. I locked myself up as an island, did not play a team game, and once again lost miserably due to letting the enemies take over the map. I, as a highly intellectual and adaptive human being, adjusted to my mistakes. Now I was aware what I was doing wrong, and I kept doing it consciously. It felt like the sword had corrupted even me, and with that corruption, I was facing Ambessa, a champion who could not care less about your positioning. It was all going well. This time I was the first one to get a gank, got an assist and tried to keep the momentum up, only to throw it away in a few minutes, at Grubs, and regain it in a bit with a tower dive. This one brought me plenty of gold lead through plates, a kill, a wave, and she missing almost 3 waves. I was all set from this point onwards. Anyway, my victory was short-lived, as the Rock moved to the top lane. He beat Scissors 10 out of 10 times, and it looks like the same applies to the Darkin blade. He was on a bulking phase as well, very well fed. After a death or two, he left me, so I regained my unkillable status once again. Until 2 minutes later I was killed by a gang of a Shizu artist, a blind bold man and a wannabe Noxus general, and we lost shortly after. At this point in the journey I had plenty of out-of-wheel games, a remake, plenty of dodges and an insane queue times. Being sick did not help at all, and all that was taking a toll on my mentality. Despite this, I was still having a dominant lane phase, and yes, I was still camped. Who would have thought? I was not really focused on the game much at this point, so scrap it. Individually, I was not doing bad, but holy fuck, there was absolutely zero thought put into how to win the game. I was just following the flow, and the game was flowing into a loss. In this game, I was woken up a bit by missing the first wave, which put me behind in XP and broke my default state of pulling the lane. I started playing passively, I was not able to abuse level up timers, and Ornn was pretty tanky to kill anyway. This game served as a good mental break. Since I was not pressuring, I was not ganked every 30 seconds. We played a farming simulator, and we got away with a pretty chill game. My bot lane was winning this time, granting me an easy free win right before the final games. Aatrox seems to have plenty of different items to build. You have a lot of choice, which means you can make plenty of mistakes as well. And those are plenty when you autopilot. And that's all I did in my next game. While I already noticed that Mordekaiser seems to naturally outclass me from like level 8 up to levels like 13-14, my way to win versus him is to play short trades. Abuse the first few levels, then try to play just even, maybe focus more on macro to spread my lead, and eventually outscale him. Hopefully, I still defaulted to the same place I have, fully the lane, ignoring all micro and just trying to beat him individually, which is tragic. While I could have easily won this lane very dominantly, I decided to just trade blows back and forth. But then I was ganked over and over again, getting trapped into the same loop of I have to win the lane first before I move on to something else. This game snowballed into a loss. And lastly, the final game. It's a set rematch, which starts very suspiciously. Hello? Looks like Riot decided to give me a bit of mercy by offering a weak opponent, and the last season master jungler on the enemy team. One way or another, the game went forward. I kept up my domination, and he kept ganking me. One thing was clear though, I was becoming fairly efficient with how I placed my Qs, my space management with them, and holding the abilities until the time was right. Nonetheless, that did not stop me from dying, simply because it's very easy to overextend and overstay as Aatrox. Since someone was seemed good, I decided to pressure him a bit and not let him take over everything, but I was shut down right when I tried to proxy to gain tempo. I went back to laning properly and playing around objectives, which did not end very well either. But then I dropped this banger. I timed my Q in a way to interrupt Aumu's Q, then another sweet spot Q, and then aligned my Q3 by timing sets E. That was good. I had a fair bit of similar moments, but I of course can show 10 games worth of highlights in a 10-minute video, so you have to trust me on that. I got the top tower right after, making me able to go to bot to spread my lead. Jinx and Karma. She had anti-spreading spell called Flash, as well as Karma just a few seconds later. I still got the plank one, and she challenged me in a bit. I only had a handful of proper teamfight footage. I tried to TP myself into one, but it ended before my TP channeled. New teleport for ya, baby. I thought I was doomed to fight that solo, but my fellow Terror Nocturne stood by my side, and we won that fight easily. I was already in the dreams of fame of how goated player I was, until Zed punched me the fuck out of them. As I said, it's very easy to underestimate your opponents with Aatrox. After that, it was the enemies disrespecting us due to our stupid decisions. And we got a very easy win handed to us at the end. What's my take on Aatrox, you might ask? And I genuinely believe Aatrox is harder than Irelia. He does not scale very well, has a fairly unreliable source of damage, has a problem with wave clear, and a huge cooldowns in the early game. Not only that, but Aatrox is a bit more abstract. In the case of Irelia, if you mess something up, you are very likely to realize what it was. Unlike Aatrox, you need creativity to use your basic kit effectively. Keep in mind that I'm talking about you being the controlling unit, not an average teammate. To constantly win with Aatrox, you need a fair bit of champion knowledge. Your options are also very limited. Your split pushing potential just sucks. That being said, I would give Aatrox a solid 7 out of 10 difficulty for constant climbing. Nonetheless, he is a really fun champ to play with. I definitely enjoyed it despite playing war video games for like the past week non-stop. For now though, that's it. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one.